7-yard line. That's a great call, too. Blake Baker, Plummer will put it up, throws over the middle. Poole, touchdown. Quick flag.
3rd down and 5. Levitt switches to Scatterboom. Scatterboom breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Another. Scatterboom is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure. On this team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025.
Today. This one the other way. He gets no going back. That's the drag. Walks up and down.
Edwards pulls off and buries it.
Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt 3 right on the money.
Takes his shot for Darby. Flag out. Doesn't matter. Touchdown.
What is up, my Pitchfork Lunch peeps? Yes, welcome on into Wednesday's beautiful edition of Pitchfork Lunch, and you know it. I am Michael Caracinito at Diablos00 on X, artist formerly known as the Twitter. Yes, you guys know it. You love it. It's all beautiful there. You can check out the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Also, my wonderful IG at the wonderful world of IG, I should say, at michael.caracinito.5. Yes, I know how to dot between first and last name, and then a .5 at the end. Bam, you're rocking. Also, the YouTube channel, guys. Getting to it right away because we got some fun stuff to get to. It's a double victory Wednesday here on Pitchfork Lunch. Baseball had a phenomenal outing in Norman and just beat up on OU. So that in and of itself, my friends, absolutely awesome. OU did that, or ASU did that to OU. Also, check this out. I know you'll love this one. Lacrosse one had there were some guests out there from football. Again, programs supporting each other. Kyson Brown, Sip, absolutely hilarious. If you saw his video, I know I shared it, but if you saw his time of being out there, he's yelling and he's like, I don't know the rule. He goes, well, the coach played. She knows all the rules. And he's like, that's a foul. So he was calling penalties. So, I mean, that was good. At least he could see that. But again, football players out there supporting the lacrosse team. We got an awesome victory. That's a double victory Wednesday here on Pitchfork Lunch as like I said, lacrosse and baseball won yesterday. It is a game day Wednesday as well because women's hoops, revenge game. And again, yes, you can't just look at it as that. You got to be focused. We know they'll be ready. We know they'll be hitting the boards. We know we know Coach Miller's team will be playing defense. We heard her talk about that and play the sound after they beat Houston after coming back from Iowa State with a tough loss. But that being said, this team makes corrections, and Coach Miller, a phenomenal coaching staff, makes a ton of corrections. So, but yeah, I'm very excited for this. But it's a revenge night, revenge game, and there'll be a ton. You guys get on out to DFA. I know the attendance will be getting bigger and bigger. No, it's not a 9:00 game. I want to say 6:30. Tip off, but that in and of itself, my friends, very awesome. But yeah, no, say 6:30 tip off. Well, I'll get to it in a minute. But anyway, 6:30 tip off. Get there, be loud. There is going to be a ton of BYU fans. We need to drown them out. Cheer, yes, be loud. Even if BYU goes on a little bit of a run, which again they have the capability of doing that, as they just beat Utah in their rivalry game in Salt Lake City. Now, granted, Provo, Salt Lake City, not that far away from each other. That being said, though, it's still rivalry game, and it's still that did not help at all. We'll fix it in a minute. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, so a lot of BYU fans are going to be there, so get on out there. But like I said, I digress. Go to YouTube. Again, to go to at Diablo00 on X, formerly known as the Twitter, the IG, Michael.Character5, YouTube. Go to YouTube, watch live, but guys, subscribe. Because you have missed, this. Pitchfork Lunchers that are here, and I remind you every day because you know it. You've missed a plethora of phenomenal conversations, coaches, players, voices, insiders, alum. Again, and it's, sounds from practice, out at practice, post game, all that stuff just being there. So you guys know this. Again, so go to YouTube. You know how to get there. So my name is Michael Caracinito, but my page is at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know if you did subscribe. Again, forks up to the new subscribers. Again, completely appreciate it as you are rocking it. As I brought you in there with a little bit of women's hoops and a little bit of softball coming up this weekend. Speaking of which, softball news, we will have awesome friend of the program, phenomenal coach, was a phenomenal player, Megan Bartlett will be on the show next week on Wednesday. Probably going to start the show a teeny bit early. I know I started late before. I'll give you a heads up, though, because of her availability. So probably start the show about 10 minutes early, but still have the freedom to do that. But, yeah, we will be talking to Coach Bartlett. They have a huge weekend, the Sun Devil Classic, like I told you, coming up. You have a chance to go check them out this weekend. Have a chance to check out water polo at home this weekend, lacrosse at home this weekend, men's hoops at home this weekend. Again, needing a win against Utah before they host Kansas and then go to Iowa State. It is a tough 3-game stretch. The women, again, they have BYU, and then they close out. 6:30 p.m. tonight. I was right. But again, get there. It's a games at 6. Get there. Games at 6. Be ready to go. Do not let that BYU crowd out to cheer you with that. But again, be loud. This team is exciting. They grind. You see the row shirt again. Game day. Forks up to Coach Miller. Again, combining, what Coach Dillingham said that one day to, if there is no more win, we got to keep rowing. So, but yeah, for men's hoops, again, they tough one last night, guys. It was a tough one last night as they fell to TCU 90-78 last night on the road. And I mean, guys, like, they needed those 2 wins, Baylor and TCU, to, keep their after Texas Tech. Again, you figure, okay, you're above 500. You win these next 2, again, it puts you closer to, being in that bubble conversation. Probably last 4 in, first 4 out. Not probably, definitely that. But if you win those 2 as well, you're on a nice little win streak. But they fell 90-78. And it was just a 3-point game at half. The Devils trailed 33-30, but in the second half, the Devils, they increased their scoring. They scored 48, up to by 18. But TCU, they got what they wanted in the second half. And I was watching the game, and yes, it was on CBS. So that was a tough one because usually the Devils are very, very good there. But they scored 57 points and got what they wanted. Now, again, we'll get to it. I'll say Mo Odom led the team with 21, but Pig Johnson, man, 18 points. Guys, he was 60% from the field. He had a 60-100 night as he didn't take any threes. He was 0 for 0, but 6 for 10 from the field, 6 for 6 from the line. The Devils were 17 of 23 from the free throw line, which is 74%. Again, being around, like I said, 71% on the road, yeah, you definitely want to be right there. So, but yeah, he was 6 for 6, Pig Johnson. And then Bryce Ford back in the lineup. Good to see. Played over a little bit over 25 minutes. He was 5 for 6 from the line. He was 2 for 6 in the field, but 0 for 3 from 3. He had 9 points. But yeah, Pig Johnson in a little bit over 25 minutes. And Coach Hurley talked about on the radio yesterday about how he had tweaked his ankle, but still to play 25 minutes coming off the bench, to shoot 60%, like I said, 6 for 6 from the line. So he had 18 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 block. Again, Pig Johnson, the energy, the effort, it is never not there for this young man. Absolutely money. Pardon me. Love the way he obviously plays. But, yeah, he was a little banged up. And again, Mo Odom 50% from the field, too. You'll take that. I mean, like I said, Pig Johnson was 60%, 6%. Mo was 8 for 16. He was 40% from three. So he had a 50-40 and then a 50 night. If he was 1 for, he only had 2 free throws, but if he was 1 for 2, if he stuck that, he would have had a 50-40, 100 night. But 21 points, 10 assists, a phenomenal double-double. Just, again, trying to will this team. Samba Jat played 26 minutes. He did foul out of the game, but he had 13 points, and he was 5 for 9 from the field and 3 for 6 from the line, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, 1 steal. Guys, again, it is effort. It's just, again, he gets in foul trouble. He picked his 4th up. He had to sit for, I think he picked it up, guys. It was like a little bit over 9 minutes left. It was like 9:38 left to go, and he picked up his 4th. So, again, coach probably sat him for a teeny bit, but any good team's going to go right back at you. So we'll get to that. But in women's sports, my friends, lacrosse, like I said, with the members, quite a few members of Sun Devil football out there, took on Marquette and won. They were up 18-13, and then they got outscored 3-1. But in the 4th, at the time I left you yesterday, we were talking about it. They got outscored 3-1, but didn't matter. 19-16, they get the win, and over Marquette at home. Like I said, they were up 4-1 after the first. They were up 11-7 because, like I said, Marquette only scored 1 in the first, but they put up 6 in the second. The Devils, like I just told you, put up 7. So it was 11-7 at half. The Devils put up 5 in the third, but Marquette outscored them. That's the only quarter they outscored them. But Marquette scored 6 goals again in the second and third. So it was 16-13 at the end of 3. And then the Devils got the first 2 of the third period. And it was 18-13. And then let's see. Let's see. That was 18-14, and then so it was 18-13. It was 17-13. Devils score made it 18-13 on Lydia Oldno's goal. Oldno, pardon me. And that made it 18-13, and then like I said, Marquette went on a 3-goal run as Hannah Bodner, Tess Osborne, and Tegan Lowry. They also have a Tegan on their team, but Tegan Lowry put 3 in a row and made it 18-15, and then the Devils. They put in. Wait, hold on. 17-13, 18-13, and then they put in 2 in a row to make it 18-15, and then Tegan. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was. Sorry. Hannah Bodner and Tess Osborne. Tegan Lowry also plays for ASU. That's why I was getting confused. I'm like, wait, there are 2 Tegans on the team. Anyway, apologies. But she puts in the goal to make it 19-15. And then Isabel Kasuchi gets the last goal of the game from Marquette, making it 19-16 with 3:55 left to go. And that was that is the ball game. As Jordan Behar, check this out. Jordan Behar had 6 goals yesterday and 2 assists. Lydia Oldno had 3 goals and 1 assist. Tegan Lowry had 2 goals. Addie Shevitz had 3 goals, and Tegan Eng had 5 goals and 1 assist. So, obviously 2 players with Jordan Behar had the double hat trick, and Tegan Ang had almost a double hat trick with 5 goals. She had 6 points. Behar had 8 total points with the assist. So, man, forks up to Lacrosse as they get back in they dropped their first 2, and now they're back at 500 as they won their second 2. And then Saturday at noon, guys, at the Lacrosse Stadium, they're taking on USC. So get out there for that, man. Again, they've had some battles with SC throughout the years, so just saying. And then on the greatest day of March, that first Thursday of March, they play Niagara at Sonoma Lacrosse Stadium. That's a 6 p.m. game. Again, you can get out to that. And then they're home again also Sunday, March 8th at noon. They take on Bucknell. And then March 11th, they're home. And then they hit the road again. That's on March 14th. They're at Mercer on Saturday the 14th. And then Tuesday the 17th, they'll stay in that neck of the woods because they get to go to Annapolis and take on Navy at the Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. So that is absolutely awesome. Oh, man. And that is on, St. Patty's Day on March 17th. So I don't know, maybe I can butter up Coach, see if I can somehow carry some luggage, carry the sticks for that trip. Because going to Mercer, but also going to Navy. Oh, that phenomenal. So but that's what they have coming up, a double victory that game day. So gonna step aside real quick. When we get back, though, we are gonna dive into this women's hoops game. Again, BYU, they took it to Utah, at Utah. Again, rivalry game, in-state rivalry game, but huge nonetheless, as we know something about that, right? Pitchfork Lunch was that terrible school down south. Oh, did I say that out loud? I am so sorry. I mean that college down south. But anywho, so we're gonna dive into that. We're gonna talk hoops again. Kayeda coming off her career high at 23 points, and man, this team again just responds. They need some revenge against BYU. Sun Devil Nation wants the revenge, but players and coach obviously focus on the game adjustments. But anyway, we'll step aside. We'll dive in. We're actually going to hear from Marley Washington too. I forgot to mention that. We're going to hear from Marley Washington a little bit from her and go from there. But we'll step aside and have more Pitchfork Lunch coming right up. Alrighty, as we are back here on Pitchfork Lunch. Yes, I am Michael Carrotino at Diablo00X, formerly known as the Twitter. You can see the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. My IG, Michael.Carrotino.5. And also, you guys know, row over to the YouTube channel. See? Yeah, tying it in because Coach Miller rocks. And again, saying, you know, if the when runs out in the sales, we got to keep rowing. So, and they have to do that against BYU tonight, my friends. Just going to say that. So, nonetheless, though, go to YouTube. You see my name, Michael Carrotino. It's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ, 005, at MVC005 on YouTube, guys. And subscribe. So, hey, but before the break, I told you we're going to hear from Marley Washington. So, again, this is post-game after Houston. By the way, I'm a fool for this. Yes, it is senior night, too. So that's why I told you get there at 6. But here's the thing. They're going to be honoring the seniors post-game. Charlie Turner-Thorne did it that way. I know, obviously, last few years, Natasha Adair did it, pregame, as it's all done a ton pregame. But Charlie Turner-Thorne for years did it post-game. Coach Miller is going to do it post-game. So, yes, that in and of itself is awesome. So you want to get there to see the game, but stick around for senior night because, again, Marley Washington, I know 1 year. Gabby Elliott, I know 1 year seniors, but they're going to be honored. McKenna Bracken's going to be honored. So, it's just get there and then stay. Obviously, after the game, they're going to set it up, and there is senior night post-game no matter what. So that gives me even more motivation to take out BYU, and it'll be emotional. Coach, you heard Coach Miller talking about that when I played the sound the other day for you Pitchfork Punchers that caught it. So it is senior night. I'll remind you again, but right now, yes, we are going to get to Marley Washington's again, the Hail Marley. You can pick up those. I know I could have probably wore that one today, but again, it's about not that she's not about the team. She's definitely about the team, and you hear how Coach talks about her. So yes, it's again defensively what she means, and yes, not getting in foul trouble is a huge thing, and Coach has talked to her about that, and it's just but yeah, I mean, defensively, pardon me, what she means to the team, what she's done for the team, how she's played, again, and how she's obviously been a key in everybody adjusting, to each other and just, going out playing basketball, but buying in. The buy-in makes the playing with everybody. If everybody's buying in and on the same page, driving for what Coach Miller and the staff want. I know I'm overstating the obvious, but sometimes people don't think about it. They go, well, they're playing basketball. No, yes, they are, but the buy-in's there. So anyway, here is Marley after the Houston dominant win and getting ready for BYU and talking about what senior night will mean to her.
So in the first quarter, you're looking like yourself from the start of the season again. Mm-hmm. What has got you clicking into this game today?
Yeah, I mean, just trusting the work I've been putting in from the summer all the way up until today. It's funny, I actually had a mentorship program going on, so I was talking to this girl about, building her confidence, and I just love being a part of something like that because it almost feels like I'm talking to my younger self, and I feel like that helped me in today's game, and just like the confidence and pushing through things. And obviously, as an athlete in sports and in life, you're going to struggle with things, and adversity is going to hit. It's just how you respond to it. So just been very fortunate to be in an environment here at ASU with the staff and the teammates to uplift me even on my down days and when I'm not, fulfilling my job to the best of my abilities. So just coming out here, trusting the work, and having the support from the staff and my teammates.
How much confidence does your team get when you have a 49-point half? You're coming off a game where you didn't play super well in offense. Does it just give you that kind of lift late in the season that we got another gear in us?
Yeah, definitely. I think that our team is so versatile and we can be so dangerous when we're all clicking on all cylinders. And so I think it was just really awesome to be back at home. We have the energy from our community here, and then our energy was off the charts as well. So just giving the credit where credit's due, I think our energy is what gets us going. You see one shot fall and everyone else kind of starts hitting. So just being able to be confident and being kind of middle grounded. You don't want to get too high, you don't want to get too low. So when things aren't going your way, stay steady and understand and trust the work we put in. But yeah, I mean, obviously we wanted to come in here and make a statement with our win after last game. No one wants to, number one, lose, and then secondly, lose the way we did. So we know that we have a lot on stake, and we're playing for something bigger than just this game. Like this game, yes, we wanted to win, but it's also bigger than just this game. So we're playing with the chip on our shoulder, and we're playing with that confidence that we need to go into March.
Marley, right now, speaking on March, you guys are the last team in projected. What do you guys need to do to show on the court that you belong in the tournament and to the committee that you belong in the field?
Yeah, I guess like what I said, just like clicking on all cylinders and then playing with that chip on our shoulder. Like I mentioned, we're playing for something bigger right now, and we know that. So what kind of Molly said after our Iowa State game was like, we need to either kill or be killed. And so I think that's what our mentality was coming into tonight's game. I think you could kind of see it. And for me personally, I thought it started on the defensive end. I think Poa set the tone on defense. She was pressuring their point guard from the jump, and because you see her pressuring, you're like, okay, yeah, I got your back, Poa, and like it gets you fired up. So then once everyone starts getting on the same page and we all start matching each other's energy, I think that's where we can be dangerous. And like I said, it starts on the defensive end when we can hold opponents under a certain amount of points, and then not only hold them to that, but then capitalize on our steals and their turnovers. I mean, that's huge for us, and those are easy ways to score the balls. So just starts on the defensive end for us.
We talk a lot about this confidence that's going on off the court in the basketball. What's one specific on-court investment you guys need to see, making sure you secure that spot?
Yeah, I think that same mentality of like being killed or be killed. And I think that mentality is going to start with us. Like I said, on the defensive end, I think we need to be aggressive. And that's been our identity the whole season, has been our defense. So we can't go away from it. You can't change your identity of a team in February, when you've been working on something different since June. So sticking to our identity, knowing what's been working for us this long, and, executing it when it comes to game time. So just being us, playing within ourselves, and like Molly kind of mentioned, I guess she said to me, but she kind of mentioned our like job descriptions to you guys. And so just having that and knowing what our job is, and then executing our jobs individually and then as a team.
When you think of a senior night on Wednesday, what emotions come up?
Honestly, joy, gratitude, blessings. I've been so blessed and fortunate to be here at ASU for, only a year, but I always wished it was more. But like I always say, God works in funny ways, and his plan for me is bigger than I even know. So wish I had more time here, but at the same time, super grateful to have any, because, I can, again, this community has opened their arms to me. They have welcomed me. I've seen so much growth and support for women's basketball here from our first game up until today. You can see the difference in our games and the energy, and it's just really fun to hear some of the fans and the support. And so just from like a community standpoint, I've been so blessed. And then from a staff and teammate support, I've also been so blessed. You ask for a better staff in the country. I don't know where you can find one better than you have here. And then from a teammate standpoint, to have only 3 returners from a previous team and everybody else is new, to see everybody click the way we do, it's not, normal. And that's not a bad thing. It's a great thing. I couldn't be more grateful to have the team that we have for this year and for my last year. We support each other. We love each other off the court. We love each other on the court. And I think that's why when we are all clicking on all cylinders, it's so dangerous, because we're all on the same page.
Following up on the last question as well, basically the Sun Devils women's basketball program has come a long way from where they were the past 2 to 3 years to where they are right now. Now basically being in a bubble of the NCAA tournament, which they haven't been since 2019. What type of a culture have you seen Molly Miller build, and how do you reflect on the conference play so far?
Yeah, I'm a firm believer of culture wins, and I think that's what she's established since day one. And like I said, when I was going through the recruiting process, we didn't really have a team, so a lot of us transfers kind of came in here blind, but I think we trusted the coaches enough and who they are as people and who they are recruiting as people, that no matter what happens, we're going to win, and we're going to have great people doing it. I think relationships are key when it comes to winning. You need to understand how to motivate your teammates. You need to understand how to motivate your players. And so when you can connect with people, you can joke, and you can understand how to push them to get the best out of them. That's the best way. And I think that staff has done a great job of that since June.
Similar to what you said, Molly was mentioning how the seniors on the team had to take a bit of a leap of faith to start the season with a fresh, new look program. Obviously, it's been a monumental season. How do you look back on that and just, kind of reminisce in a few words what the season has been like, leading everything up to here, and just what it's all been like, what it took to get here?
Yeah, it's the reason I came here. I wanted to leave the program better than I found it, and fortunately, so far we've done that. Like I said, we're just such a competitive group that we're never satisfied. Like, yes, we've turned the program around, and we're so proud of what we've done in the past. And funny enough, actually, today in chapel, we were kind of talking about things in the past and just kind of being present. And I feel like that also kind of helped my mentality today of like, yes, we've accomplished so much, and we're so happy with what we've done, but like that's not enough for us. We want more. And I love that about our team, because from top to bottom, we're all ambitious, and we all always want more. We're never satisfied, and that's great. You want that as competitors. So super blessed and grateful to be on this journey and to have made such an impact. But you know, from the summer, we all believed that we could do something this special, and it's just really awesome to see it come to life.
So now you get to obviously play BYU a second time and avenge that loss. What's going to have to be different this time?
Yeah, I mean, first time around, they killed us on the boards, and they killed us on their inside-out threes. They're a good team. I mean, especially at home. They're a really good team at home. So coming in here, making our presence known, we've got to box out number one. Number two, we've got to take care of the ball. They're a pretty good team. They're kind of similar to us in a way, I think, and pretty similar to Oklahoma State. And the first time we played them, I mean, looking back to this game, we're two completely different teams. And that's a great thing. I think we had a really good stretch with our Oklahoma State week, and that's the team we want to be in, especially in February. So being able to get that revenge is something we definitely want, especially because they were our first loss of the season. So they knew how special that win was for them, and now we want to make sure that we have that same kind of mentality coming into it, that this one's going to be more.
Very good. Thanks, Marley.
They're heard like you said, only being here for a year, but and like Coach Miller has talked about too, guys. Nice senior night for the women, but what Coach Miller has talked about too is the building this foundation, and coming in and just kind of getting back to what we were very accustomed and used to seeing, with Charlie Turner Thorne. And I mean, look, Natasha, can she coach? Absolutely. Did injuries play a part? A huge part of it. Yes, the team was competing and, transfer portal and trying to, go that route more so. But again, like I said, teams can compete and battle, but it comes down to winning. So Marley talking about it right there, but it is senior night. So get on out to DFA tonight. 6:30 is the game. But like I said, get there at 6. I want the BYU fans feel too. And again, you're Sun Devils. I know I don't have to tell you, you're not like that team down south, but you can razz them, but be civil, be polite. But give them a hard time. You can give them a hard time in a fun way, and go from there. So it's one of those things where when you look at it, like for senior night, and again for Mario, like she's saying, one and done. I mean, you look at this. You look at this women's team. And I mean, Gabby Elliott was a grad student, but I mean, it's her senior night. And then you have Acacia Hayes, a guard from that's a senior again, who's played a little bit, but not a ton. And then Marley Washington, Michaela Moore, who again was injured, battled her way back, and has been getting a little bit more playing time. Absolutely awesome. Is a senior. Last year, Poa. It's his 5th year, so but it's her senior night as well. And then also Jordan Jones, that transferred in from Denver, who hasn't played a ton this season. But, another senior as well. And it's just, again, it's those seniors to honor. So, but you heard her. I mean, it can be emotional, and it'll be, but again, Coach Miller, again, this is that first group. And, we want to, we don't want to, just, skip 5 years. But, 5 years from now, there's, win. And you look back and you see, they know that, they took the leap of faith. Like Marley said it perfectly there, the leap of faith. She, they had to take a leap of faith on her. She had to take a leap of faith in them. And when she identified some players in the portal, man, it was, she thought about McKenna Brackens earlier in the season. So that's, again, very, very important. So, but absolutely awesome tonight. They got to beat BYU. That is a major part of it. So, but I'm going to take a quick break. When we get back, we are going to wrap with baseball. as we are gonna again. They destroyed Oklahoma yesterday at Oklahoma. They're getting set to play them again today, and then again that rips off 5 straight games against SEC teams. Yes, 2 against Oklahoma, and then you have Mississippi State, Tennessee, Texas A&M at Globe Life Field in Arlington. So that'll be absolutely phenomenal. But they're 8-0, gave Oklahoma their first loss. So forks up to Coach Bloomquist and the team is rocking. Landon Harrison leading off. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you about his day. If you didn't see it yesterday, you're gonna hear about it coming up next here on Pitchfork Lunch. Back here on Pitchfork Lunch. Yes, I am Michael Carasino at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter. You guys know it. You guys love it. It is absolutely there. Check out the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. My IG, Michael.Carasino.5. And the YouTube channel, guys. You need to watch live. You need to subscribe and catch up. Because, like I said, I'm glad you're here now, but shame on you. Where have you been? Because you can binge watch season 1, keep watching season 3. Binge watch season 2, keep watching season 3. And then when season 4 kicks in, you'll be you might be able to catch up by the end of season 3, but by August, if you do that, you'll definitely be able to catch up and rock it from there, be all caught up. But nonetheless, I digress. So yeah, we're gonna wrap on baseball. And yesterday, 15-3, the Devils destroyed the Sooners on their home field. Cole Klecker, another solid outing, the Tuesday starter, the young man who transferred in from TCU, but went to Chandler High School. Oz is a local kid, and getting those local kids back, and Willie Bloomquist again, the vision that they have had, and man, it didn't hurt obviously to bring Jeremy Ricardo in as the pitching coach and the lab that they've developed. And again, we'll work on catching up with Coach Bloomquist soon. Well, again, they're rocking. And again, we did it right before the season, but again, it's and we did hear from him. But again, got to get him on the show because again, Coach Bloomquist been awesome to the show, and I know you guys. Again, alum coach, love Coach Bloomquist, Devil, Diamondback, Mariner for a long time, but a Sun Devil first and foremost, always. And he's here, but man, 15-3. So this is how it went. Nobody scored in the first inning yesterday. I'll give you a quick recap. The Devils put up 8 in the top of the second, right? Like they batted around they sent 11 batters to bat. New Contradas led off the second inning, right? He got a double. Then I'm confused. You have 3 at bats? Holy crap. Okay, so New Contradas doubled his first at bat of the second inning, right? Then Dominic Smaldino, he struck out. Then Garrett Michel walked, and then Dominic Longo blasts a 2-run jack, right? Then, this is crazy. The second out, Austin Rolig flies out to center field. Brody Briggs, a catcher, again, returner from last year. He bats ninth. He turns it over. He singles to right field. To the top of the lineup, Landon Harrison hits a 2-run blast, right? This is all the second inning, guys. And then PJ Malzordis pardon me. PJ, he walked and stole second base. Then Dean Toigo singles in a run, right? So Dean Toigo singles in a run. Then New Contradas in his second at bat, he doubled, and then he that was the third inning. He doubled, then he homered, right, to drive in another 2, right, because he scored a run, and then he he scored 2 runs and had 2 RBIs too. So he hits a home run, and then Dominic Smaldino, who struck out his first time, grounds out 6-1 to end the inning. So literally, so yeah, 11 batters sent to the plate. Both Contradas, who let off the inning, and Smaldino got to bat twice, and Contradas was 2 for 2, a double and a home run, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. That's freaking phenomenal. So yeah, they put up 8 in the second. That's how they did it. Again, I know, telling you box score, but I had to tell you that because just think of the dominant. Let that sink in. Let that domination of ASU baseball right there sink in, because again, New Contradas, heard from him before, absolutely healthy, absolutely money. So that was their second inning. In the third inning, the Devils put up 6. So they put up 14 of their 15 runs in the second and third inning. Now, granted, OU did put up 2 in the bottom of the second, so it was 8-2, so they're within 6. But the Devils get 6 back to make it 14-2, and they're up by 12. Oklahoma didn't score in the bottom of the third, but the 6 in the third goes like this. Michel doubled, and then Dominic Longo followed it with a double and gets an RBI, drives Michel in. And then Austin Rolig gets a double and brings Longo in. So, again, team is swapping doubles. Now, Brody Briggs, who singled his first time up, he gets walked. So, there's already 2 runs in and a runner on second. First and second now as Briggs walks. And then, Landon Harrison, what did he do in the second inning? Oh, that's right. He hit a home run. Well, in the third inning, they pitched to him again with his bat literally just flaming, heaving, breathless flames. You guys might get that comparison or line drop from an awesome, phenomenal movie. Anyway, nonetheless, Harrison goes yard again, both times to right field. 3 RBIs that time because there's, again, 2 on after the Briggs walk. Harrison just crushes it. So 5 RBIs, 2 runs scored, as he was 2 for 4 yesterday with a walk as well. So I mean, 9 total bases too for him. So yeah, he was 2 for 4, 5 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Absolutely money. But yeah, he homered 3 RBIs, and then PJ Malzoris, he got hit by a pitch there, and then Dean Toigo, he doubles, and it brings in PJ, who scored from first, and then New Contratus with his third at bat of the game and third in his, he flied out to center field, and then Smaldino, who also now has a third at bat, he struck out looking in the third. But man, what a phenomenal 2-inning run there again. And on top of that, by the way, you look at what Klecker did, who was 2-0, went 5 innings, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned, but 5 Ks to 2 walks. He threw 86 total pitches, guys. 54 were strikes. So, again, just absolutely money there. And then Josh Butler, O'Connor kid, he got 1 inning, and he had no hits, no runs, 1 K, no walks. So, yeah, he threw 13 pitches, only 13, and 7 were strikes. So he could definitely come back today. And then Overbay came in to throw the 7th inning, even though, yes, scheduled to go 9. But the Devils were up 12 after 7. The game was over. The Overbay had an inning. And guess what? It's 3 Ks and then all zeros. No walks, no runs, no hits. And he threw 16 total pitches. He did that. He struck out 3 guys in 16 total pitches. And he threw 9 strikes. So, yeah, it is absolutely awesome right there. So, again, baseball forks up, man. And, New Contratus talked about this. Played the sound on here how, this team, there were guys that returned, a lot of pitchers that returned. But, he returned, and, you look at the roster and you have a, guy, Josh Butler, obviously he's back. Cole Carlone, I mean, pitchers that we know are back. Beckett Zavorik, obviously back. Landon Harrison back from last year. New Contratus, I mean, the injuries, everything. He's battled that young man again. New back from last year. And then Brody Briggs, the catcher. Easton Barrett, a left-handed pitcher, back from last year. Jaden Alba, back from last year. Cole Carlone, like I mentioned. Alex Overbay, well, actually, he's not back. He transferred from UNLV. Halverson, again, Scottsdale Chaparral kid, local kid in the a right-handed pitcher, in the bullpen, 6'4", 230. So Kyman Gary, by the way, O'Connor, the speedster, who, again, we'll see start seeing a little more of him, pinch running the bases. Kyman Gary back from last year. Derek Schaefer back from last year. So, again, you get what I'm saying. Tony Brown. But yes, I mean, just a ton back from, again, last year, but 15-3 to destroy Oklahoma like that. And by the way, the 2-game series finale is at 3:00 local time today. So I'm wrapping on this. So 2 hours from now, there will be first pitch, which is on 14:40 a.m. You can hear it there. And then on the SEC Network Plus. So that is in and of itself that. So, but yeah, forks up, man. 8-0. Oklahoma's now 7-1. Yes, they won 8 at home. They were 7-0 at home, 1-0 away now. So gotta love it. But yeah, that's going to do it. So senior night tonight. Again, get out to DFA. The game is at 6:30. But BYU, they need the revenge. Get out there tonight. And we'll talk again. We'll talk. Swim. I'll have more. I'll have results tomorrow. As again, it's going on right now as they're at the Big 12 Championships in Greensboro. I know you guys know that. Pitchfork Lunchers. Told you yesterday. You're busy and reminding me again. But that is that. So we'll have more swimming. We'll have swimming results tomorrow. As again, prelims were this morning, finals this evening. All of it on ESPN Plus too. You can check it out there. But yeah, women's hoops. Get out to DFA tonight. Get loud. Honor these seniors, even though they may have only been here for a year. Honor these seniors because again, 22-7, my friends. Yeah, Coach Miller has his team 22-7. Yeah, again, 9-7 in conference. All losses in conference, an undefeated non-con, and again, holding teams under what they score. Awesome schedule, should be ranked. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole. Don't have time as we got to get out of here. But have a phenomenal. Get out to DFA tonight. Forks it to that. And yes, we will not forget. Thanks to reigning back-to-back Big 12 champs, women's volleyball. It is #OurState, and McKenna Brackens knows that too. You'll see what I'm talking about tomorrow on that. But yes, it is #OurState team down south. Just remember that. As we have a again, I understand. You can't act like you do, but we know you want to be here. You want to be in Tempe. We don't blame you. But again, it is #OurState. So have a phenomenal rest of your Mike. What day is it? Hump day. Ooh, yep, that's from Mama. You guys know. I kind of mentioned at the beginning of the show, but do that every show, at least once, usually twice for Mama, because that is her favorite commercial with my name in it. She will still chuckle and laugh like a silly person till this day, because that commercial and has the camel in the office, and it's hump day. But yes, that's why these ad firms, they want to easily amuse people. My mom, with that commercial, it worked. But nonetheless, actually, I was easily amused too. So anyway, have a phenomenal rest of your Wednesday. I will see you tomorrow, same bad time, same bad channel. Recap women's hoops. We'll talk. And baseball too as well. We'll recap baseball, and then we'll again remind you guys of the schedule this weekend. Got awesome softball again. Say host the Sun Devil Classic again. Get out to Farrington. We'll go from there. Have a phenomenal rest of your Wednesday, and you guys know it. Go Devils! And as always, you know this. Forks up.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
27-yard line. That's a great call. Blake Baker, Funnel will put it up, throws over the middle. Poole, touchdown. Red flag.
3rd down and 5. Levis swings it to Scadaboo. Scadaboo breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Another Scadaboo is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
On this defense here. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon comes in. Welcome to 2025. Today. This one the other way. Still going back. That's the track. Walks up and down. Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Her 3 right on the money.
Takes his shot for Darby. Flag out. Doesn't matter.